My mom was a victim of abuse. I was a victim of abuse. And I have my sister that was a victim of abuse.
So in your personal life, what type of abuse? Like there's like at least six types. So like far as financial abuse, was it mental, physical, was it a combination of things?
Mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Mm.
All three. I had two exes that I was with. The first one, in my opinion, most men don't like the fact that women can be more successful than them. And I believe it was because I was 19 at the time and he lied to me about his age. So he was like in his late 20s. And I think it was more so at the age of 19, I was probably doing stuff that he wasn't able to do. So when he got angry, he took it out on me. So it caused us to have physical altercation. Wow. So I had to deal with that. And then the second one, I actually found out I was pregnant probably like 2 weeks after I had a physical altercation because my ex cheated, got a girl pregnant, and didn't like the fact that I had a male friend that he didn't, agree with. And basically, it led to us to physically be outside fighting to the point where he slammed me on the ground and damn near cut off my airwaves. You know what I'm saying? Like choking me to the point where I couldn't breathe to cause me to attack him in a way that I never thought I probably would. But it was either that or he was gonna suffocate me. So I mean, it's difficult to talk about sometimes, but now that I'm older, I'm able to talk about it more. And again, I have patients that come in that deal with very, very traumatic issues, and it's not easy for them to talk about it.
Yeah. So because you went through this type of abuse, do you think that hinders your chance to in relationships to make one work?
Most definitely.
Like how does that affect your personal life when it comes down to dating?
To be honest, that's another big reason that I choose to remain single because I have a problem with trusting people.
Mm-hmm.
That will make it very hard for you to trust anyone, and it's very hard to try not to bring your past relationships into a new one. But as I stated before, as I've gotten older, I have worked on those things, and now that I'm actually ready to want to be in a relationship again and start a family, considering I'm getting old here. No, but I've grown a lot. Seriously, I have. I've grown a lot, but it is very difficult to try to start over in a new relationship, going through those things because when they tear you down emotionally and mentally, you don't know how to get back from that. You go through a state of depression where sometimes you may feel ugly. You may not feel like you're worthy of a good man or good woman, whether you're male or female. So it's a very traumatic thing that I've been through along with other abuses. But those are like two main things I would say that hinder me of having having longevity in a relationship because it's hard for me to trust.
Now, let me tell you this, though. I think it's amazing for you. A lot of times people don't take that time to heal. And the fact that you took that time to heal and you're learning and you're continuously growing, I think it's phenomenal. Now, let me ask you this, though, because there's a lot of different younger women and even older women who don't necessarily see the red flags up front. Or they see one and just like, oh, nah, that was just one time. What advice would you give someone who's in a situation that there is red flags there? Their family or friends may have told them or they may not have. Like, what advice would you give them?
Ooh, I kind of hate that question because
I
it's like
understand.
I say that because me noticing red flags and my reaction to them may not be somebody else's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But me personally now, as I've gotten older, I cut you off. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that what I've been through, the moment I see any signs of you having an anger problem, if you're very disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, I will cut you off because I don't want to give you that chance to let you feel that that's okay for you to do, because people gonna do, I'm not gonna say just males because this is in general,
right.
People gonna do what you allow them to do.
Mm-hmm.
If they disrespect you one time and you okay with that, you show them that you okay and you accept them back into your life, they're going to continue to do it. And the more chances you give, the less your respect value goes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they won't take you serious anymore. So I would say, for instance, if you're dating somebody, and I just feel that if he lied to you about something very, very simple,
Yeah.
me personally, I take that as a red flag. Because if we're not even together and you lie to me about something so small, there's no telling as to how far the lie will go. You know what I'm saying? If I decide to move forward in our relationship.
So
If you have an argument and he push you, hit you, whatever the case may be,
Right.
I don't care if he apologizes. I don't give a damn what he's going through. I've actually had a friend go through that situation where the grandmother was sick and he, quote unquote, was just so depressed, but he took it out on her. No, that's unacceptable. He needs to be cut off ASAP.
now that you got to the point where you feel like you have healed from this, at least somewhat, how did you get to that point? Did you get like some type of counseling? Because you know, in a lot of communities, counseling is so taboo. Is that something you had done, or did you go to church, or did you talk to a good friend?
I learned to love myself more. I didn't go to counseling. I still think I need counseling because I still deal with personal issues just with everyday living in general.
Yeah.
And I need to talk, what I'm saying, to somebody. So I would say what made me heal is, like I said, accepting the fact that I was alone. If you're not okay with being alone, you're not going to be okay with anything in life because you're going to have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're going to hop from one relationship to another. And I've done that before. And that's not good because you're not healing from that past relationship. So you're still needing closure from the past relationship and you bringing all that chaos into a new one. Which is going to make the new relationship damaging because you're either not going to trust them, you're going to argue about the same issues that you argued in your past relationship. So it causes issues. So I would say what made me heal was just finding self-love and realizing that maybe I needed to take time for myself and actually give myself time to heal instead of trying to get into a relationship, even though that's what I want. If I know it's not healthy for me, I chose not to do it.
Right.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, hurt people, and
exactly.
and so most likely there's somewhere in that person's life, not justifying what he had done, that he was abused as well, unfortunately. I think it's great for you to someone at such a young age who was a part of emotional, and it sounds like also physical and emotional abuse, that you learn to not repeat that pattern, and apply that abuse to somewhere else in your personal life. Yeah, you actually was able to come out of that better than most.
Yes.
So I think I
to this
applaud you
day,
for that.
Nika, I couldn't tell you how. Only thing I can say was God was watching over me all my life. That's honestly what I can say because my own sister even asked me, a few months ago, like, how do I manage to be strong because she was dealing with a situation. And I honestly told her, I said, I don't know what to tell you. I said, anything other than God is all I can say because I say the same thing. I said, as much stuff that I've endured in my life, I have never, resorted to drugs, alcohol, or doing anything to that sort to, like, cope with any type of pain. So I'm kind of proud of myself about that point.
So before we end this, what is one last word of wisdom you can give to someone who is still in an abusive relationship that just don't know how to get out, and someone who just got out, what can they do to maintain self-love once they find it?
I would honestly say seek help. I know it's not easy. I get that some people are in very dangerous situations where a man may threaten to kill you. I know it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been through that before, but at the end of the day, you have to tell someone, even if it's your family member, you have to let somebody know some kind of way, because if you don't get no help, you may not make it. You know what I mean? Out of that relationship, and that's the unfortunate truth, but it's facts. Because if he's already being abusive and he's already scaring you into, staying into a relationship with you, and he's alienating you from your family, anything like that, once you start seeing those signs, you need to tell somebody, whether it's, law enforcement, family member, anything. Go to a shelter, look up hotlines, anything that you feel that can help you get your voice heard ASAP, honestly. And for anybody that's probably just out of the situation, I would say meditate, pray, take more time for yourself. Even like me, I'm the type of person, I get up and go. I go out to eat. I go to a bar anywhere by myself. Start doing small things like that to start off slow, because the more you get used to being alone, the easier it would be for you to let people go when they decide to leave your life, versus chasing after somebody and trying to stick into a situation that you don't need to be into.
Yes. Or that if you are in that situation that you are reaching out to get help, like she said, it's a difficult topic to talk about. I've been through abuse personally, and this was when I was, what, 19? When I first moved here to Indianapolis. It is a challenge, but you do need to make sure that you are finding someone to confide in, whoever that may be, and making sure that you pray about it, that you spend time with God, and you learn how to continue to love yourself, because at the end of the day, you are more valuable than that person's making you feel, and you need to know that.
The people that they do confide in, don't feel afraid to go and help them get help, because oftentimes family members will try to hold it in because they're afraid that that person will not come to them no more.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. If they tell you somebody is hurting them, try to help them seek help. Do not ignore it and keep it in, because when she can't get help anymore and she's 6 feet under, that's going to be something that you have to live with for the rest of your life, considering the fact you did nothing to try to help them.